So that's what I'm trying to do. So if you're trying to do that as well, following me might you might gain something out of not doing it by yourself. Following someone might like me might help because I'm just going to give a bunch of tips that I learned and that I'm sharing so that other people who want to do this can feel comfortable seeing some amateur like me do it because I'm going to do it and I'm going to be successful at it. I know that. But it's just a matter of time. So I'm just going to put the time in and the work in to get it done. So this time I've done a number of things like this in my life, but I didn't really document it. So this time I've decided to document it. So I'm going to use I'm going to stream these live videos and put them on YouTube and Twitch and whatever else. So other people who are like me or find themselves in my position can one day look at these videos and find some inspiration and maybe study it and take control of their own retirement funds. The guys who've been working with my retirement funds over the years haven't done much. I mean, really, they grew a little bit, but not like I wanted them to. And it's not like I put a whole bunch of money in there for these guys to play with, but at the end of the day, I feel like I could have done better. And that's why I'm learning this for myself so that I could teach myself to do better than what these guys did. I don't feel like anybody out there is going to be working hard to make me rich. And I want to be rich before I die. And not necessarily because I need the money, but I do want to have something to pass along to my kids and grandkids. And so I'm just going to do what I can to make that happen. I'm already living my dream. When you talk about people who are living their dream out there doing things, I'm living my dream right now. So I don't have to worry about that. But and I don't really worry about anything. I really don't have anything to worry about. I really don't. I feel like me and my wife are living phenomenal lives already. So with that in mind, that's what I'm doing. So basically, I looked for the top traders. I found the ones with the volume that I wanted. And then another thing that I look at is the float. Okay, why is the float important? Because if I find a stock that's 10 or 20 times the volume that I want, I need to find one with a low amount of float. Because if I find this incredible amount of volume, but it has a huge float, like $1 billion, or $2 billion, or $3 billion float, that means that you can buy a mountain load of those stocks. It's not going to change the price. It's not going to be moving because it's got an ocean beneath it that supports it. It's not going to be bouncing up and down. And I need stocks that are going to be bouncing up and down to do what I want to do. So I'm one of those guys. I want to take 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, 70 cents on a trade. If I can do that, I've had a great day. So, but that means that stock needs to go up 10 cents or go up 20 cents or go up 70 cents. And I'm going to try to take some of that as my profit. And by doing that, that's how I gain by the end of the day. So how does that, I mean, you said you're talking 10 cents, you're talking 20 cents. Well, here's the thing. There are a lot of people out there like me who are invested in stocks and all they need is 10 cents, 20 cents. And they can make millions of dollars a year off that 10 cents or 20 cents. You just have to do the math. It depends on how many stocks they buy. If I buy 100 stocks that went up 10 cents or 20 cents, that turns out to be a lot because I'm earning 10 or 20 cents for each stock that I bought. So depending on how many I buy, if I buy 100 or if I buy 1,000, then that's going to be times 100 or times 1,000 or what I walk away with. And this could happen in the matter of a second. It can happen in a matter of hours. Okay. So that's not a lot of work that I have to put in every day to try to do that. So the stocks I came up with yesterday were, I call this one Wheeler, WHLR. It was pre-market it was the day before price at 324. and aftermarket it went to like 564, which is in my wheelhouse. There was another one that I don't typically like to invest in, the lower price ones that are like below a couple of dollars. It was 28 cents the day before, and it was 42 cents going into the market. Those I have to buy a lot more stocks to get the numbers I'm looking for. So, like for that one, give you example, I would buy 160 stocks just to get some real numbers out of it, because the price is so low that I wouldn't walk away with anything dealing with that unless I have a large number of those stocks. Okay, so but that's still not a lot. So that means if I'm investing $50 for the day, I can buy 160 of those. Okay, and the Wheeler stock that was like $5, I can buy 6 to 8 of those and play around with that and see how that goes. So those were the ones that I was mainly focused on. I had some backup ones as well. Um, I had JFBR, but JFBR was priced at 350, and so I could buy like 12 of those stocks if I wanted to work with that one. There was another one called TDIC. It was 42 cent or something like that, and so I could easily buy 80 of those and play around with that. But those were backup numbers. Now I didn't love their numbers, so TDIC, for example, had 7x. Yeah, I made a note of 7x. That means that it had 7 times the normal volume. Okay, so if the average volume was, um, let's say the average volume is 500,000.